So today I wanted to dedicate an entire video to talking about a topic that I feel is not really spoken about too much, but regardless of that, it is still quite an important topic surrounding a possible scenario that I personally think would be kind of stupid in a way if it's actually done in the next season. So without further ado, let's discuss this. So what am I actually talking about, you might be asking, because I've been making a few videos as of late talking about possible scenarios that, if they actually happened within Season 15, would be a little bit stupid. And yeah, this one is no different, but it's actually possibly the most interesting one out of all of them that I've discussed, and so here goes the scenario. I hope that with these new returning villains, of course we're seeing the likes of the Skull Sorcerer, Asphera, even Harumi, all of those villains will be returning in the next season as kind of foot soldiers for the Overlord and his big plans. These are going to be like the main army generals, I guess you could say, and these are going to be some of the toughest opponents the ninjas are going to be fighting in the next season. And so I hope that with their new return, presumably as revived Crystal Warriors, the Crystal King is going to be using some sort of power to bring them back. I hope that their previous arcs that they went through when they were, of course, actually alive and when they were the main aspects of their given seasons, I hope that those arcs don't really continue and they don't continue with the exact same personality. And so, for example, by that I mean, say for example Harumi, right? Let's take Harumi here, and because she's being revived in this crystal form, I hope that her previous arc in Season 9 with her slowly turning good, and, you know, I hope that's not all continued and she doesn't end up becoming good at the end of this upcoming season and ends up being with Lloyd or something like that. That is the sort of thing that, in my opinion, would totally just ruin Harumi's previous character work, and it's just not needed. I'd rather they were more kind of like zombie-like beings in the season, and I know that that may take away from the whole villain return thing in a few ways, and I can definitely kind of see why people may be saying that, but at the same time I just wouldn't want their previous arcs and stories to be continued in this next season. I feel like it would end up almost ruining their characters in a way, and just also isn't really that needed. At the very least, you could continue their same characters. They could, you know, of course, share the same personality as they did before, but just don't continue all of their old character work. Have them be almost trapped in this body as a puppet for the Sorcerer. So just don't have them all return and then, you know, continue what they were doing. For example, Vangelis somehow becomes good or something like that, and then ends up living on even when the Overlord is defeated. Going about it like that just is not the best way to do it, in my opinion, and if that happened, I'd say there's a good chance that it could potentially ruin some of these villains' characters, actually, and just would not be a good look for any of them, really. I'd rather that we just kept them as they are right now, and, you know, all of their old character arcs and stories, you know, they can stay there and can be put to rest, and they do not need to be brought back for this next season, and that's probably actually one of my biggest hopes for this season. I would not want that to actually happen, especially for characters like Harumi. That would be really quite terrible, actually, in my opinion, and I really would not want an arc and story as good as Harumi's to be kind of wasted in that way by bringing her back and continuing it in Season 15. Yeah, just would not be the best way to go about this, in my opinion, and I think that's really all I wanted to talk about in today's video. I hope you guys can kind of see where I'm coming from with this, and I hope I was able to get my point across in a fairly decent manner, so hopefully you guys can understand that. With all of this being said though, guys, do be sure to drop your thoughts down below on all of this in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts regarding all of this. As usual though, if you did enjoy today's video, feel free to, of course, drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here and are interested in seeing a lot of content similar to this. And with all of this being said, guys, I will see you all in my next video, coming out very, very soon. Goodbye.